Time for us to move on to our second event, the 0.950 kilo modifieds. There's 5 from Holland, 2 from Germany, 1 each from Denmark, Great Britain, Finland and Sweden. I spoke to 2 of the favourites, beginning with Wim Dingerink of the Lambada team.
Yeah, I don't know, the Mini was this year not so good. Yeah, last year we are champion, but the last 4 games we are maybe in the last places. A lot of problems with the tires and also with the engine. But yeah, it's a new day and new chances. Maybe he can do it again.
Wild Toy was going to be on home ground. We asked where it was built.
Just about 10 kilometers from here. And the owner that had before is here on this what do you call it, European Championships. So they hope we are winning. So I hope also the best. Yeah, I try to get a good performance. So yeah.
We'll see later. We begin the class with Stormy Lightning from Turku in Finland. It's driven by 37-year-old Tommi Kotalainen, who has a half Rover Meteor tank engine, and he's not doing half badly. But not enough power to get it beyond 77.02 meters. This is Rennie Geerts with Rennie's Mission Impossible. European champion in 2006, and his mission here is a full pull. It's an Allison V12, 2000 horsepower. Not exactly a straight course, and Rennie will not be happy with that run. 92.82 for the Dutchman. The Danish fans have been waiting for Wild Toy and hoping that Johan Laudsen can beat the big boys as he did at Herning in the Eurocup at the end of July. Opening up his Keith Black. Oh, but he doesn't have the speed. And Johan unable to cause another surprise. 97.36 is his distance. Now this is the reigning European champion, Lambada 6 with Gert Dingerink. Also won the Eurocup for the last 5 years. And there Keith Black stage 10 is looking forward to the challenge of a full pull. And that's the way to do it. A full pull and a fire at the end as we see it again from our camera at the 100-meter mark. Much more speed from the start, but Gert looks a little concerned at the fire at the end.
And for a first full pull in the 950 modified, there we go.
Obviously something amiss.
1 likes exercise. 2 up. Once again.
But it made good shot for the video.
There was some explosion in the engine and we tried to fix it and hopefully in the final. But I'm not sure.
Well, the Lambada team taking it back to their trailer to sort out the problem as we move on with Mark Pacey and the dealer. Mark comes from Northampton and is in road haulage. Second in last year's Eurocup. And just like Wild Toy, running out of steam at the end. 97.63 for the dealer and an oh well not this time look as he returns to the pits. This is another Dutch tractor, Gompy, also a previous Eurocup and European champion. Usually driven by René de Bruin, but today it's Almar van der Marel who's in the hot seat. And before we see his second qualifying run, this is how he got on in the first. Not exactly one to write home about, so he is hoping to do better this time. Oh yes, this is much better, but still only in the middle 90s. 95.94 for Gompy from Holland. So still only 1 full pull, with Lambada in the lead, Wild Toy in second place and 5 more yet to pull. Now this is Blue Magic from Germany. 28-year-old Andreas Bull, he's a technical student. Everything went wrong after he brake corrected. 89.7 for Blue Magic. Well, it's back to Holland and they have high hopes for the riddle with Erik van Asselt. A powerful Hemi engine, and this is only his 5th ride. The Mini was bought from America. Drifting left, brake correcting, and oh goodness me, that was a wild one. He started with 4 wheels and ended with 2 and a very broken Mini. But fortunately he seems to be okay, just very shaken. Well, this is one experience he's unlikely to forget in a hurry. And here you can see where the rear wheel sheared off.
Begin to bouncing, and I didn't expect that I lose a wheel.
Yeah, you lost
But-
2 wheels.
Yes, I see it. I'm not glad.
So still very shaken but very diplomatic. Erik van Asselt as we see it again. And the flying wheel ended up by the barrier. Not a pretty sight. Now from Germany, this is Hothead with David Baumer from Munster. It's a Chevy 540. Got good speed, but this will be close. But that is a full pull to the German, 31 centimeters over the 100. As we move swiftly on to Let's Try from Holland with Oscar van der Wiener from Flevoland. Chevy 572 with a little fill blower. And that is another excellent run. Now we have 3 full pulls and it's going to be a really good final. 105.8 for Let's Try from Holland as we see it again from the sledge camera. Nice one from Let's Try. A fan warming up for the next to pull, who's from near Malmo in Sweden. But that's Oscar looking back at the big screen to see his run again. And he seems happy enough. Now the last to pull. It's Per Nilsson and Burning Baby with a Chevy 495. Here is a mechanic in his own company that fixes cars and trucks. Well, only a full pull is good enough to stand a chance of getting on the winner's podium. Going well enough until the 50 mark when it all stopped. 54.69 for Burning Baby. So as Pierre returns to the pits, here are the 3 finalists, Lambada the 6, Hothead and Let's Try. A Dutch sandwich for the German. Well, Gert Dingerink and his team seem to have sorted out the problem with Lambada, and he's ready and raring to go. Thumbs up to the flagman, and then it's let the horses loose. Oh yes, the horses have done well. Gert raises his arm, he thinks he's done enough to win, and so does his brother Wim. And the flagman says, give me 5. Well, let's see it again from the sledge. Well, 102.35 is the distance, and that is a happy man who thinks he's retained the title. But there's still 2 more to pull. From Germany, this is Daniel Baumer and Hothead. Started in 2002, and this could be his big moment. The Chevy 540 is not as powerful as Lambada's Keith Black, but a good pull nevertheless. 92.63 is his distance. Now the last to pull. Let's Try from Holland with Oscar van der Wiener from Flevoland. truck mechanic by trade. He's never been so close to a European title before. Beginning to slow, he needs 92.64 to take second place. And yes, he does it. 97.11, so second place for Let's Try. Hothead is third, and Wild Toy from Denmark fourth. But without a doubt, Lambarder the Sixth is the 2008 European champion. Jan Boutenhaus congratulating the winners. And then we spoke to Gert and asked him about the problem with his qualifying run.
What I see was about the 70 or 80 meter, one of the spark plug cables. We drive a double ignition, this one cylinder was one of the cables came out, and just a piece of the spark plug was turning around in the top side of the exhaust pipe. And my engine is, the track was in the first pull not so very nice, and the engine was a little bit not so nice running, and a lot of fuel in the top of the pipe, and it was a lot of flames in the end. But I made a full pull, and we found it out, and everything go well the second pull. And there was one of the nice ones, unbelievable.
Yes, one of the nice ones. Gert Dingerink and Lambarder the Sixth, the 2008 European champion.